What is rabies? A direct translation of it is madness or rage. It is a terrifying disease that people call it zombie virus, as a patient with the virus sometimes acts like a zombie. The disease that comes from the rabies virus, which is scientifically called lethal viruses, and letha means violent. In nowadays, rabies is responsible for between 50,000 to 70,000 deaths per year worldwide. It is too a zoonotic disease. That means it affects human through animals. Mammals such as cows, dogs, bats, and cats are susceptible to being the carrier of the disease to a human. It describes as 100% fatal if you ever even have one symptom from the disease. The symptoms are numbness and tingling after you got a bit from the infectious animal, fever, headaches, and nausea. Here are some symptoms that are severe when the virus gets into the brain: anxiety, insomnia, aggression, and paralysis.
Rabies epidemiology. Rabies is a viral disease that is transmitted to humans via animal contact and is therefore classified as a zoonotic disease. Rabies has the largest impact on Asian and African populations, and the causes has estimated 59,000 deaths every year worldwide. There are several countries that still have these diseases, which are Latin America and the Caribbean, Asia, Africa, and the Central Asia and the Middle East. Latin America and the Caribbean, due to a concerted effort by the Pan American Health Organization, sustained control in this region has led to a significant decrease in human and dog rabies cases. Between 2013 and 2016, dog-mediated rabies was reported in only 8 countries. Bat-mediated rabies account for the majority of human rabies cases in Americas. Next, in Asia, with one of the higher risks, rabies is a major burden in Asia with an estimated 35,172 human deaths per year. India accounts for 59.9% of rabies deaths in Asia and 35% of deaths globally. Besides that, Africa has another higher rate, as estimate 21,476 human deaths occur each year in Africa due to dog-mediated rabies. Africa is estimated to spend the least on PEP and they have the highest cost of human mortality. In Central Asia and the Middle East, they are estimated to be 1,875 human deaths in Central Asia and 229 human deaths per year in the Middle East. Limited information is available on the burden of disease in this area.
This disease is transmitted via the bite of rabid animals who shed infectious virus with their saliva. The incubation period is about 10 days to years or more, dependent upon the quantity of virus deposited and the distance of bite site from head. Pathogenesis of rabies virus. Firstly, virus enters to the healthy host via animal bites. After enters, the virus binds to the cell receptors. Then, the virus replicates in muscle at site of bite. Next, the virus infects nerve in peripheral nervous system. The virus travels via retrograde exoplasmatic transport mechanisms and brain infected. Finally, the virus travels from brain via nerve to other tissues such as eye, kidneys, and salivary glands.
Diagnosis and treatment. Diagnosis can be divided by 2 categories, which are diagnosis for animal and diagnosis for human. Diagnosis for animal is by direct fluorescence antibody DFA test, which look for the presence of rabies virus antigen in brain tissue. Then, for human, we diagnosis by laboratory test, which is essential for timely administration of positive cell prophylaxis. Within a few hours, the necessity of laboratory tests can determine whether or not that human is rabid and inform the responsible medical personnel. The laboratory result may save a patient from unnecessary physical and physiological trauma and financial burden. Now we move to treatment. Treatment is once a rabies infection is stabilized, there is no effective treatment. Even though a small number of people have survived rabies, the disease usually causes death. For that reason, if you think you'll be exposed to rabies, you must get a series of shots to prevent the infection from taking hold. There are 3 treatments. Firstly, Wash the bite and the scratch by soapy water or povidone, iodine or detergent. This activity must do it for 50 minutes because it can minimize the number of viral particles. And the second one is a fast-acting shot. Fast-acting shot is to prevent the virus from infecting us. This is given if we haven't had the rabies vaccine. This injection is given near the area where the animal bite if possible, as soon as possible after the bite. And the last one is vaccination. A series of rabies vaccination to help our body learn to identify and fight the rabies virus. Rabies vaccination are given as injection in our arm. If we haven't previously had the rabies vaccine, we will receive 4 injections over 14 days. If we have had the rabies vaccine, we will have 2 injections over the first 3 days.